Hello everybody, Shrinies here. We are flying out the Focke-Wulf 190 A5/U2 in War Thunder today. Now this is a bit of post-commentary, as I'm going to use this video as a sort of metaphor, I suppose you could say, for the... not a metaphor, that's not right, but as an example for the overcompression in War Thunder's matchmaking system. So as we all know, the BR system is extremely overcompressed in some tiers, and for Germany it seems that around 4.7 is one of those areas. So anyways, before we get into what I'm facing and what I'm playing with, we are flying the Focke-Wulf 190 A5/U2. Now this, I believe, was a night fighting variant of the Focke-Wulf 190, and it was armed with two 20mm MG 151/20 20mm cannons with 500 rounds of ammo, so 250 per gun, and two 7.7mm machine guns, which both had I can't specifically remember the number off the top of my head, but I think it's 1,000 rounds. No, 1,800 rounds between. There we go. But anyways, the 190 A5/U2, I can't pinpoint an exact date of introduction into the World War II. However, I'm sort of thinking it'd be somewhere in late 1942 to mid 1943, due to the fact that it is fairly early in the Focke-Wulf 190's career, being in the A's, obviously, and it's, well, the first A5 series, basically. And so the Focke-Wulf A5 was developed because German engineers found that the Focke-Wulf 190 could actually carry fairly good ordnance, as in rockets, and so the engine would move forward half a foot, or 15 centimeters, or 6 inches, and the moving forward of the center of gravity meant that they could add more weight to the towards the back of the plane, which allowed more elevator stiffness and elevator responsiveness, and similar things like that. So the A5U2 was a night fighter, and it featured anti-reflective fittings and exhaust flame dampeners, obviously to help it in its role. It had or optional gun pods of 4 extra 20mm cannons, and it could also carry two 210mm rockets. So anyways, in this game, you may notice that there's actually a TA-152. Now this aircraft is actually early 1945. So the A5U2, from somewhere around late 1942 to mid 1943, is fighting with a plane from 1945. Now, while I know that that's, sort of reasonable, it's not really fair. And you'll also notice that there's an F-82 twin Mustang fighting in this. That thing was fighting well into the Korean War. So obviously I do have a full up tier in this match, but still, I'm pretty sure that this is not a historical matchmaking, and I'm pretty sure it's not particularly fair matchmaking either. But anyways, we have at this point in the match, I really wasn't caring what was going on, and so I decided that I was going to go for this F-82 twin Mustang. So I go over here, I lose the dot on him, I can't spot him, so I'm looking around, and in a few seconds he's going to appear, going for another strafing run on the ground targets. And damn, can the F-82 soak bullets! The amount of 20 mils I put into this guy in 7.7s, I mean obviously 7.7s aren't too much, but anyways. So he tries to stall climb up for me, so I go high. He stalls out, so I loop low and slip in straight onto his tail. This wasn't the smartest move, but I didn't really as I said, I didn't really care at this moment. But I survived this battle, so you know, it didn't go too badly. So I get a critical on his tail section, but he appears to be alright. That's when I see shots coming in from behind. There is a P-51 Mustang booming through. I loop it into the vertical, lose sight of him for a moment. You'll see me look back here and see the P-51. There he is. And now I'm going to give chase to this F-82 because he seems to be returning to base, and I don't want him to do that. I want my kill. So anyways, here comes a Corsair. This is what you can do to help your team. I'll count this as a second kill for the match. The Corsair takes the bait as I try and duck underneath and plants it straight into the ground, so I'll count that as a second kill, as it was kind of funny bait. So anyways, I'm closing distance rapidly on this F-82. There we go, which is broken 900 meters. Fire some shots. First burst goes low, so I adjust my aim, and there we go. I get a 20 mil straight to his wingtip, and it shears off, and he's out of the match. And so we have a P-51 behind us now. So we're going to take it up into the vertical. We're going to start climbing away. What this is going to do is it's going to allow our BF-109 here to have a slower target to go for. Now, as you'll see, I will. This move will cost me in a few seconds, but I do increase the climb rate. By this rate, this guy's going barely 300 kilometers an hour. He doesn't have time to maneuver away from the 109 that's coming in, and he's too concentrated on firing at me. Now, he does manage to critically damage our elevator and our rudder in one hit with a 12.7. No, I don't know how he did that either. But anyways, we're accelerating away, and the BF-109 took out that P-51. So we baited that guy. He managed to critically damage us, but we are now starting to regain level flight. And now we're going to begin to return to base. However, this is basically the match over. There's a few people left, but I don't get within 4 kilometers of anyone, and I'm pretty sure you probably don't want me to concentrate on me flying back to base with no elevators. I will say, however, that that TA-152 is still alive. He hasn't done anything for this whole match, by the way. I'll just tell you that. He gets 9 points by the end, that's about it. But anyways, I think he crashes pretty soon. The 190 is actually quite easy to remain in level flight with. If you see, I've got my takeoff flaps, my combat flaps on at the moment, and I'm maintaining slight elevator, or maintaining slight up pitch. And at about 450 kilometers an hour, the plane will remain basically perfectly level in flight, and it's very easy to control. Obviously, if you deploy landing flaps, you can start putting it into some sort of turn. I was going through what I was going to do when I was going to land this thing, but the match is over by the time I get here. But anyways, this TA-152, he got himself 9 points. That's, I suppose, okay. There he is over there, coming towards us. And I start chatting with this easy-to-get-killed guy. He thought the match ended, which is interesting. But anyways, let's look at this the overcompression of the tiers at the moment. So, I mean, it's obviously not a true, it's not a debated fact. I think even Gaijin knows this. But interestingly enough, I was fighting P-51s in this game. That's, P-51s far superior to the Fw-190. They were designed to counter it, and they had the speed on their side. They were able to outrun this thing in level flight at their optimal altitudes. And this got me thinking, why is it that this is happening? What is the specific problem here, and how are they going to fix it? This P-51 starts coming towards us, so I say don't bring him towards me. The team does a pretty good job of doing this. But anyways, this guy, easy to get killed, is just about to be taken out by this dude. They're going to go into some maneuvers, and the P-51's going to come out on top. So anyways, and the reason why this is happening is, well, when Gaijin introduced the new battle rating system, it did fix problems at the time of overcompression in the 20 tier system because it added an extra 4 battle ratings. But the only problem was that now there are probably more than 100 new aircraft since it's been introduced, and they haven't added any more battle ratings. I think they've added like 1 or something. It's really not a lot. But so this is the problem. You have the Focke-Wulf 190 A5/U2, for example, or just the plain A5, which is taking up 4.7 battle rating. Now, if it was moved any lower to about the A4, it would be a pretty good aircraft. It would be able to basically bash everything that it saw in the 3.3, 3.7 sort of range. But if you put it any higher, it's only going to see maximum 4.0, and then it's going to have issues even fighting with full down tiers. It's going to be having issues. And so there we go. The battle's ended. We got 1 kill, but it was balanced because we took out a tier 4 plane. But anyways, this is the interesting thing with overcompression. War Thunder really have to add probably at least up to 12.0 battle rating planes, or up to 12.0 battle rating system, I would think. Just because obviously they need to expand out the jet tiers first. If you put an extra point or 1.7 or something in there, that would very much help it. It would stop vampires from coming up against F-86, F-30 Sabres, which would be nice. That's a direct reference to Viola Revenge's F9F Panther Revisited Again video. You guys should go check that out. The link will not be in the description because I'm lazy, but I'm in that, which is nice. So if you guys want to check that out, that's all cool. And they really need to add just quite a few more battle ratings in order for things like the P-40 not to fight with the Typhoon, and the Focke-Wulf 190 A5/U2 not fighting with the TA-152, a plane that was designed and started flying in early 1945, almost 3 years after this thing was entered into service. So anyways, that brings us to the end of this video. The Focke-Wulf 190 A5/U2. I'll quickly go over the results that we saw a little bit further back. So for the results, I got 1,007 mod research points going towards the offensive 20mm cannons. Yes, I don't have the belts upgraded. That's possibly why it took so much time to defeat that F-82 twin Mustang. And 2,014 mod research points. And I got, I believe, Invincible 190 Pilot 2, Ground Forces Rescuer and Balancer Award, as well as 17,100 Silver Lions to my name. I came 6th in the team with 1 kill and no assists. So while it wasn't a particularly good game stat-wise, the team gameplay actually worked quite well. And as you can see, interestingly enough, the TA-152 came last on our team. Obviously didn't help our team out, but it just goes to show that, you know, even if you got a full down tier, you can still make yourself useful. Sure, I only went for the F-82, but the F-82 is perfectly capable of taking out every single ground unit on Sicily, probably in 1 ammo load as well. So there we go. That's my little rant on the War Thunder matchmaking system, which I'm sure you've all heard before anyways. But if you guys enjoyed, feel free to like, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. And until I see you guys next time, don't forget to stay awesome and check out the new Shroomeries Crew channel. It's still getting geared up, but we will see you all later, hopefully on that channel with Destro Nation Gaming and stuff like that. But this outro's gone on for way too long, so I will see you all in the next one.